Sinus health. What is there to say? You get a stopped up nose and you blow it, right? Well, it's a little deeper than that. If you have trouble with your sinuses, a lot of stuffiness, overproduction of mucus, a drippy nose, or even a lot of nosebleeds, it's a sign that you're having trouble in the sinus cavities, and it could be from allergies, it could be from pollutants, it could be from dehydration. If you're getting a lot of nosebleeds, I would say you're dehydrated and you need to drink a lot more water. And like we just said a minute ago, start breathing steam every day. Live with a steamer in your bedroom every night. Okay, so if they're dry or a little stuffy, you can get what's called Nasomist. It's by NeilMed. Really good product. Just spray it, inhale it, and you're done. It opens the passages, it makes everything moist. Perfect. Very good spray. I'm very against other sprays, over-the-counter sprays. I can't think of any that I used to use. Vicks, maybe. I probably shouldn't say any names. But anything that has like a medicinal value to it, we usually relieve the process for a minute, but then you'll get stopped up almost immediately. It's called recurrent congestion. And I remember back in, 87, 88, I was having the same problem. Always had sinus troubles. And I started using this nasal spray, Afrin or something like that. And it just got worse. Over the weeks, it just got worse and worse. Then in about maybe 1991, 92, I was reading a book on yoga, and I discovered something called the sinus flush. And what that is basically something, here's another great product by NeilMed. This is called the neti pot. It's just a very small pot, kind of shaped like Aladdin's lamp. And what you do, you just open it up, pour water in it. Salt water. I put water in it and maybe a teaspoon of like sea salt. Or NeilMed themselves actually makes a really great pharmaceutical grade salt that you can use. It's free. There's no impurities in this salt, and you can use it with your mix, and it's pre-mixed. So anyway, you fill up your neti pot with water and the salt. You stick it up to one sinus, put it in your sinus, in your nostril, tilt your head, and let the water flush or drain through the sinuses until you're completely empty. Fill it up again, switch sides, and voila, you're done. Now I know some of you are probably freaking out thinking, I can't do that. That's going to make me drown. That's going to make me choke. No. It'll be fine. You'll be fine with it. It's very, very easy to do. And you don't choke. It goes right through the sinus passages out the other one. Most of the times I don't even feel it. And I do this daily. And then, if I get the nosebleeds or I'm a little dry, I also use NeilMed's Nasogel. It's just a really nice, all-natural gel that you can put on the inside of your nostrils if you're a little dry. This is great if you're on tour, if you're on a tour bus and, the air conditioning is messing with you, or if you got to fly overseas and the cabin pressure messes with you, use some of this. Another great thing you can use is sesame oil. Put a little sesame oil in your nostrils. Now, on those times when you're on the road and you got the stuffiness and you can't do the sinus flush, you can use what I call as white oil. It's white flower oil. And it's got things like menthol, camphor, eucalyptus, peppermint. And I know typically I say, you don't need to be using these. These will dry you out. But all this is you drop a few drops in your palm, rub it together, and breathe it, and it just helps to open those sinus passages. And for a quick fix, this is a great product. Now, if you're a really bad sinus sufferer like I am, what I did is stepped up from the neti pot. I still use the neti pot every day, but if I'm having like really bad sinuses, I went out and I bought me a water pick. And not to use it for my teeth, but it's a great idea. But then there's a company called Grossan, Dr. Grossan, Grossan, and he makes this little attachment called the nasal irrigator. Let me pop it off here. Simple little attachment. Attach it, fill your thing full of water, add you a little bit of sea salt, put it up to your nostril, and you can set the pressure, and it'll give a straight pulsing pressure right through the nose. It'll really clean you out. I have a lot of students who work in factories because of the area where I live in. And in these factories, they're breathing in these fumes and this dirt. And typically, not to be gross, they'll have really nasty mucus, brownish mucus in their nose. So they switch to using this when they get home and flush all of that dirt and debris out of their sinuses. And this is good because you have these little hairs called cilia that are in your nose. Their linings, they're to help protect you from pollutants when you're breathing in. They catch those pollutants and keep you from breathing them into the lungs. And they pulsate, they move. Now when the mucus is overbuilt and you have pollutants in your sinuses, the mucus stops them, it clogs everything, and that's what allows infection to spread. And that's why you may wake up and you got a sinus headache, and then the next thing you know, you're sick. It's dripping down on your throat, and the infection is spreading. So sinus health is something that you need to take care of every day of your life. If it's simple, sinus care, use a neti pot. Check out neilmed.com, neilmed.com, or you can use Neilmed's nasal spray. You can use their salt, or you can use sea salt, white flower oil, just to open the passages. Very small bottle. Or for those serious sinus sufferers, make sure you check out the Water Pick and a Grisan nasal attachment. Or if you like Neilmed, they actually make the whole unit where you can purchase through them, so you don't have to go out and buy a separate tip or a Water Pick. They have it all in one unit.